So for a few days I was thinking, what video should I do? So I tweeted out, follow me on Twitter, what video should I do? And Drago said, do a video about the symbolism of the Strawhat. And I'm pretty good at English literature, so I thought, why not, let's just do it. So this video is all about the symbolism of the Strawhat. Okay, so let's start off with the appearance of the Strawhat. The Strawhat is made out of, well, straw, and straw is a very simple material which is grown, and we'll come back to the idea of growing later on. And it obviously reflects Luffy's simple character that keeps on improving over the course of time. I'm not saying that Luffy is a bad character because he's a simple character. Luffy's character analysis requires a whole another video for a whole another day. So anyway, I love Luffy as a character, by the way. The hat, the color of the hat is yellow and goldish color, and that symbolizes like happiness, positivity, clarity, energy, optimism, joy, all that stuff, loyalty as well, all that stuff, which perfectly reflects Luffy as a character. Those are all words that you can use to describe the main protagonist of this massive franchise. Another distinctive feature of the hat is the red band that wraps around the hat. Now, red has countless meanings and connotations all across cultures and religion and countries, and I'm just going to go over a few of them in this video. So in Egyptian mythology, red signifies life and health and victory, which reflects Luffy's victories as he's being a pirate and fighting people, but also reminds you as the audience that Luffy's lifespan is decreasing. He should be getting shorter and shorter. We haven't really referred to Luffy's lifespan being shortened for a while now. I think since Enies Lobby we haven't really been focusing on that, but keep that in the back of your mind. That might come into play later on in the story. Now switching over to Chinese mythology, in Chinese culture, red is a color often worn by high status people. So it signifies high status and wealth. And high status could also could be referring to Luffy obviously being the captain of the Straw Hat crew. And that's the thing, the main crew, pirate crew of our story is called the Straw Hat crew. So obviously it holds a big significance to the story. Obviously it could be foreshadowing Luffy becoming king of the pirates, as the position of the pirate king is the most free in the world. And if we look at kings, one of the attributes of being a king is that you are able to do anything that you want, and it reflects that as well. Also, it could be alluding to Luffy's mom and the possible heritage that Luffy might be a son of the celestial dragons. Luffy's mom being a celestial dragon, being of high status and wealth. Who knows? Just gotta think about that. Okay, anyway, let's go on to the next mythology, that is Japanese idea. Another point about red is that most Japanese people used to think that the sun was red, and Japanese is literally called the land of the rising sun. Now this links really well with the Minx's idea about ushering in a new dawn. That Luffy is going to be, or the Straw Hat crew is going to be the one, there's a connection there with the Straw Hats. The Straw Hat crew is going to be the one that's going to be ushering the new dawn, or that's going to bring the revolution back, or take down the celestial dragons and reforge a new world. And in the One Piece world, the red color scheme is often used for important characters. You notice Shanks has red hair. Luffy, obviously he has the red shirt and the red band on his hat. You have Dragon's tattoo, which is red, significant, very significant actually. You got Imu's eyes seems to be red, and you got Sakazuki's devil fruit as well, red. Now, the straw hat is obviously worn on the head. Obviously, it's called a straw hat. You wear the hat on the head, and it could be referring to, reflecting a crown. The idea of being a king of the pirates. Luffy does not wear like a tricorn hat or a bicorn hat like a normal pirate would. Luffy wears a straw hat that was given to him by Shanks, and obviously I'll get into the whole meaning behind that later on, but obviously it's a unique way of differentiating between Luffy and other pirates from the One Piece world standpoint, in my opinion. Now if we look at the straw hat itself, straw hats are often worn by gardeners, and when I think of gardeners, I immediately think of the quote said by George R.R. Martin, where he explains different types of writers, the two types of writers, and he uses the analogy of the architect and the gardener. He says architects plan everything out, every little minute detail, and gardeners make changes as they go. And I think we can apply that to Luffy as well, in a way that Luffy is a gardener. He changes. He doesn't plan, well, sometimes he does. He changes as he fights. He adapts to his fights. He learns as he fights. You know? He charges in head first, then he thinks about the consequences. Then he makes adjustments to his fighting style. He charges into the battlefield, and he grows on the battlefield without any preconceived plan. Now, the Straw Hat is like a physical representation of Luffy's ambition to become a pirate king. I think we can all agree on that. He got it from Shanks, who originally got it from the pirate king himself, Goldie Roger. It's like a passing off of the baton or the will, the whole will of D idea. We don't know if Shanks has the will of D. He might have the will of D. We never know. But it's like the passing on of the will, and is manifested through the straw hat. It's always shown, Luffy is always shown wearing the straw hat. And the way the straw hat is handled by Oda and Luffy himself, we get to know where Luffy's character is going or has achieved. Take for example the time Luffy fought Arlong. Amazing fight. And the scene where Luffy gives Nami his straw hat, obviously an amazing moment. At that time, Luffy paused his mission, his ambition to become the pirate king, to save his Nakama, his friend. And the action that reflected that was him giving the straw hat to Nami. And Luffy even says, "Without my crew members, I will never become the pirate king." Or even during the time skip, Luffy puts down his straw hat on the stone, and then after 2 years he comes back and picks it up, showing us, the audience, that Luffy has put his goal on a standby for now in order to get stronger, to protect his Nakama, his friends. And even throughout Marineford, Luffy did not once have his straw hat, signifying saving Ace was more important than his ambition. It seems like the straw hat is a way of telling the audience the different goals and different feelings Luffy feels, because he is very straightforward in his approach, is what I mean. And Oda shows that through Luffy's actions and Luffy's appearance, and that being him not wearing the straw hat. And when Shanks picks up the straw hat without Luffy actually fulfilling Shanks' promise, it's showing us, the audience, that Luffy is just not ready yet for the new world, for the rest of the Grand Line, and he needs to put aside his ambition for now and needs to train. And when he gets the news that he was unable to protect his brother and he breaks down, he comes to a realization that there are other people around him that love him completely. And prior to this, he wasn't even thinking about his ambition to become the Pirate King. He was only thinking about Ace. And when Jinbei gives back the straw hat to Luffy, it's like saying, "No, Luffy, your ambition, your goal is still possible. You've still got people around you that will help you. You still got your Nakama." hopefully you guys enjoyed that little kind of analysis video. I actually quite enjoyed doing that. Brought me back to the days where I actually needed to do analysis videos. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, check the links below, follow me on Twitter, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop us a like, subscribe, share the video, all of that, and yeah, peace. Stay safe, guys.